Good morning, everyone, from beautiful rural China. This is Home Village in Anhui, one of China's most famous, beautiful villages. And it's actually not as swarmed with tourists as you might think it would be during the holiday. You want to know why? Let's go back in time to yesterday. All right, guys, let me show you the hellscape that I am ensnared in right now. It is a game of Where's Waldo in real life. This was not your average holiday train station swarm. There was actually an earthquake that disrupted the railway system, causing long and impossible to predict delays and complete chaos, since no one expects a train to delay or even knows what to do in that situation. In all my years in China, I've never had a train delay by more than 5 minutes.
I'm on the train hours and hours later. I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of an existential crisis in there. I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I subjecting myself to this swarm? Is Anhui that great? Why is it that every time I have a holiday, I have to go somewhere? Why can't I just sit at home and relax? Yeah, we're going to Anhui.
So if you feel like this place looks crowded, remember that last night my fully booked train was like half empty. So all things considered, this is actually pretty quiet for being a 3-day weekend in Yi County, which is the home of 2 of Anhui's most photogenic villages, Hongcun and Xidicun. And of course, I'm not just gonna spend my time here at the famous tourist sites, I also just wanna see some run-of-the-mill villages. So about half of this video is filmed in completely random places that I found using the satellite map. Before we get around to that, let me start off this video by showing you guys Xidi Village, which has almost 1,000 years of history and also has several hundred Ming and Qing era homes that have been preserved to present day. How amazing it would have been to see this place in its heyday. But that's not the world we live in anymore, okay? So if you want to see this beautiful architecture, really the only place... The only place you can do that is at a tourist spot. And some might say that turning it into a tourist attraction takes away from the authentic, quiet, rural vibes. But it would be very difficult for old buildings like this to survive in a modern village because people want indoor plumbing and big windows and all the other wonders of modern architecture. Now, most of these houses are being used to host little shops and restaurants, and the original residents have moved to nearby areas.
这个房子200年了，住了好多代了，7代了。
您在这里做生意，房租贵不贵啊？
我们是自家的祖上，00几年这里已经旅游很火了，就新区里面规划了有土地建了新房子，3层的，比这个呢好打理。这个里面你要做卫生间，要做什么？
对，有点麻烦。
哎，都是以前的我们中国人的那个南方的马桶。
There are still a few houses that are inhabited, but not very many. If you come to one of these ancient villages in Anhui, look up because there's always cool little creatures on the door frames and on the roofs. That's like half the fun of walking around here, is looking for what little creatures are up there. Look at that, even these tiles are a little guy. I mean, seriously, back in the day, they put little guys on everything. Why is that not a thing anymore? Bring the little guys back. Bring them back. Stop with this minimalist bullshit. Something about a circular door just makes this place feel 10 times more mystical, like something out of a Lord of the Rings book. It's just the fact that you take a rectangular door and you turn it into a circle. Boom! This place automatically feels all mystical and magical and cutesy, like something out of a storybook. Sidi village was once one of the wealthiest places in the region in the 17 and 1800s, which is why it has such fantastic architecture that has survived the centuries, unlike the dirt homes that would have been much more common everywhere else. But seriously, what about everywhere else? Sidi is only one corner of the massive swaths of mountain villages in this region. What's the rest of it like? Time to head out to a random place none of y'all have heard of and find out.